What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are down at our main shop and we have a few different things going on here. Behind me I have our Silverado 6500. If you've been keeping up with this truck, you know we have a full central hydraulic setup on this truck. This is actually the truck that the airbags went off on. I'm sure most of you watching know about that. But the interior repairs in the cab have not been made yet. We haven't had time to get this back up to those guys and let them make the repairs. They do have all the parts and they're kind of just waiting on us. It's the ball's in our court at this point to get the truck to them. But we've been so busy we haven't had time to run up there. Anyway, all of the central hydraulics for this truck are complete. This was an electric salt spreader and we switched it over to central hydraulics, and I am going to show you that in a minute. But before we get into that, if you've seen my snow removal videos where I've talked about oil leaking in the cab of my TerraStar, this was the valve that was in the cab here. And obviously it's not in the cab anymore. We pulled it out because it was leaking. You can see this little rectangle here. This sticker was on there and the oil was seeping out from under the sticker. There's this little disc here that once we pulled the sticker off, we saw it. We've never taken one of these apart. We've definitely never taken the sticker off. But under this little disc, it's not even threaded or anything. It kind of just sits on that hole. There's an Allen key down in there, and that's where the oil was coming out. So when the sticker was on, we would see the oil kind of like seeping out around the sticker. So obviously, knowing that, I popped the sticker off, and then we saw this little disc. I popped the disc off, saw the Allen key sitting there, and that was after we changed this valve already. So we didn't get rid of this. We don't know if just that Allen key came loose. We don't even really know what the Allen key does. Obviously it goes down in there and oil can seep out if it's one, not tight enough, or two, it might be cracked or something. I have no clue. It's kind of weird that it just started leaking out of there. We've never had that issue before with one of these, and obviously we want to figure it out. So there's a couple hose spots down on the bottom here. We are going to set this thing up on like a temporary setup, probably on this truck actually, because the valve is on the outside. So rather than putting it back into a cab, we can test it on the outside of a truck and tighten this down. I actually did tighten it already yesterday, and we don't know if it's going to stop leaking or if it's still going to leak. We have to test it to figure it out. So that was the issue with that. We already put a new one in my truck, so we're kind of just hanging on to this until we have time to test it. But very strange that they would put an Allen key with this little disc here. It's obviously a failure point underneath a sticker that if you never pull that sticker off, you would never know that either of these are there. So definitely pretty strange, not ideal, but now we know. Now it's just a matter of figuring out if tightening that Allen key fixed it and if this thing is still usable. But moving on to this truck. So we'll start with, there's really nothing to show you up on the front here. The plows are exactly how they were. All the hoses are ran, everything there did not change. The valve is on the other side. I've already shown this, but I'll show you again right now just so you guys can take a look at it. The valve is right here mounted on this stainless tray that we have. Obviously the hydraulic tank under here. There is a small leak out of the back here which needs to get addressed. It is a very, very small leak, only drips a tiny bit. So we're gonna fill this thing up with fluid. It's a bit low right now, but before we take it out, we're gonna fill it up. Anyway, moving to the back, this salt spreader had an electric motor on it, and Rodrigo took probably, I'm not even sure how many hours, but probably a full day of working on this thing. We had to, I wish it was still apart so I could show you, but this collar here goes onto the shaft which runs down through the end. Let me get my flashlight on real quick. Come on. Come on. So you can see the, let me get out of the way, the shaft runs the chain there. And basically what happened, we ordered all these parts from Smith Spreaders. We also threw a whole new spinner assembly on here. This thing is brand new, so no issues here. Rodrigo made the hoses, ran everything together, teed it off here, has both the returns going in, super clean job, everything is working properly. But when they sent us the shaft, well actually when they sent us the motor for the chain, they sent us the coupler, but they didn't send us the new shaft. So Rodrigo had this thing pretty much put together minus changing the shaft because the part didn't show up. He didn't know that we had to change it. And I didn't know that either. Actually, my father didn't even know that. The guys up at Smith kind of, I don't want to say they dropped the ball, but they forgot to send it to us. And if you know Smith spreaders, they are top of the line. So it was an honest mistake. Things happened, but they overnighted us the part. We got it the next day, and that was the shaft that goes through the chain with the teeth for the chain. And basically what happened is this new motor has an output shaft of a 1-inch diameter. Then you have this coupler. It has a keyway in it. And the shaft that was on the old one, I don't know if it's laying around here somewhere. I'll ask Rodrigo. I'll show you it before I end this video if it is. That was 1.25 inches. So they needed to send us the 1-inch shaft that goes into the 1-inch coupler back into the 1-inch motor. And we couldn't put it together. Obviously, we had a coupler that was 1 inch to 1 inch. So we called them and told them that we need a 1-inch to 1.25 inch coupler. And that's when he realized that he messed up and didn't send us the right size shaft. He didn't send us the shaft at all. He knew that he needed to send us the new shaft in order for it to all work. So he overnighted it to us. We got this thing together and it is 100% complete right now. We'll turn it on real quick. In the cab here, we have all of the, whoa, I just tripped on that step. I went like that. Almost ate the seat there. But anyway, let's turn this thing on. We have our pump, I think. Maybe it's 4, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 1. Why is the pump not turning on? Why is the pump not turning on? That's strobes. That's rear strobes. Oh no, that's the light. Rear strobes are just, maybe they're into the trailer hitch. Let's see. Yeah, okay, light bars down into the trailer plug there. Where's the pump? Where's the pump? Oh, I think this one has a toggle switch floating around somewhere. Okay, what is going on here? It should be 3 or 4, but I believe it is to a toggle switch somewhere here. Where is this thing? That's not it. Oh, here it is. Sitting right up there. That's why I didn't see it. So this will turn the pump on. You hear it click on. Click on. I'm having trouble speaking right now. Anyway, plow controls right here. You can hear them working. Plow's off. Oh my God, that thing goes fast. We need to adjust that. Anyway, salt spreader controls here. Spin them. Same exact thing that I just showed you from my truck. Throw that down. You got the motor moving there, the chain spinning inside there. We must have this, oh no, the spinner's on, it's just super slow. So I'll actually set this camera up real quick and crank everything up. Sounds funny, like fucking attention. I need to tighten the chain.
I tightened it.
Yeah, that's what I figured you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the noise it's making.
No.
Right?
The noise, you know, because the chain,
Yeah.
don't try to put out too much crossing, no too much time. Then you put it over the oil and you see what happens.
Swivel?
You know, the angle.
When the chain bends around the turn.
Yeah, that's what no.
Oh.
Let me put it.
Okay, from it sitting too long. Okay.
Yeah, but I tend to like 1 week before. Move the chain.
Hey, do you have the old shaft still, the bigger shaft? Well, I want to put it here.
Move the chain.
Okay, boss.
Thank you, Mr. George. How much you pay the vehicle? A little quick then.
So the noise was the chain as it comes around the wheel with the teeth unbinding because it's been sitting for so long. But when it comes around here, basically it grabs in here and it spins, and with it sitting so long, the chain was just binding up a little bit every single time when it was coming around the turn. So I'm spraying it with some fluid film right now and that'll help it. But this is the old shaft. You can tell this is 1.25 inches. It's much bigger than the other one, and our coupler was hitting here and we couldn't get it to slide on, obviously. 1 inch is not going to fit on a 1 inch or 1.25 inch shaft. That's the keyway there. So you have an Allen key that locks it in. There's a little piece that sits in here and then on the shaft of the motor, and then you Allen key it on both sides, locks it all together. That's how one of these works. Pretty simple stuff. You obviously need the right size to make everything work together. Sounds better already. A little bit, but
You can see one side here.
yeah, spray the other side. How much are you gonna spray on there?
Mucho.
We're gonna run out.
Jefe de jefe, jefe.
You're the head guy.
Jefe de jefe, dice yo que soy la esposa de hoy. ¿Dónde está el jefe, viejo?
Right here. He's on camera right now.
Mr. George.
Nope, you.
Mr. George. Jesus, tengo problemas. ¿Es o no?
Yeah, let me turn it. Be careful. I'm gonna turn it all the way up. Auger. Yeah, it sounds a lot better already. That should be good, Ricky. Just let it run for a minute and it'll pick it up as it spins through. Hey, don't bend our new spinner.
Oye, I went.
Okay. At least if he breaks it, he's the one that's gonna fix it. Yeah, it's starting to sound better already. You want me to turn that on? That's all the way up too. So that's pretty much it for this one. We're gonna actually run this truck tonight. We have a small, like, they're saying a coating to an inch. We probably won't even plow tonight. If we do get an inch, we'll end up scraping it off one time, but hopefully it's just a salting event. I would rather it be nothing than a salting event, but it is what it is. So if anything happens, we're gonna know tonight. That is gonna wrap it up for this one. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time. Peace.